people. Defying the odds, cause it ain't even. Fighting for freedom, given by God, he say we equal. Fly like an eagle, this for the heroes, up in the helos, and down in the valley. Fighting the battles, fearing no evil. This is for infantry, out with the squad. Troopers and towers for hours they watch. Striving in combos and stumbles for bombs. On the protect of their fathers and moms. When do they call? This is for liberty, justice for all. We are the people, together we strong, and I will catch you when you fall.
We all will fall and hide away. We can't get to our feet. We all been grinding every day to find opportunity. We all get lost along the way, not knowing who to be. We are the people. We are the people.
Calling us fascists. What have we done in order to afford these anger reactions? Pages that come in our colors is gorgeous. Sick of the madness. The devil he plucking our youth like a florist. Gotta combat this. Evil is currently making its orbit. Never been a black and white war. Truth is what we have to fight for. What you think I grabbed the mic for? What you think I grabbed the mic for? Time to say what we need to say. God our Father, he should be the head. Lead the people while the demons fled. Underneath we all bleeding red.
We all will fall and hide away. We can't get to our feet. We all been grinding every day to find opportunity. We all get lost along the way, not knowing who to be. We are the people. We are the people.
Hit the feeling at the end of a rope. Double them all, but we end up broken into the foe. With my head so low, but I never leave without hope. Get a venom in the bottle, do not follow in. What do I know? The feeling of a boat. Telling you forget about them, all the venom in it. That I'm all to live around and knowing that I won't be afloat. Almost caved in a wrote this. If you pick this brain, it was hopeless. Let me get this aim in a ricochet. Get a bigger flame, but I woke this. Every day you get up and I'm looking at myself and I'm finding I'm out of focus. Everyone around me and I gotta be the people and the people gotta be me, but I never know.
We all will fall and hide away. We can't get to our feet. We all been grinding.
And we are alive, Dorothy.
My God. Philip. Like, seriously. I was just surprised with that. It was supposed to be 100% surprised, but somebody let the cat out of the bag. And I am like, I'm dancing and like, I'm more energized now. We could go for another 24 hours. Like, seriously.
Did you guys hear that? Dorothy wants to go another 24 hours. Did you hear that? Breaking news.
Honestly, though, I just kind of texted my husband. My kid is so bored. He's taking him to Zap Zone. And so they're gone for the next 2 hours. So let's have fun. I can shout it out now because husband's not in the house anymore. So, oh my God, I love that video. He even got the riverfront in Windsor, which is the very best part of Windsor, in my opinion.
And did you see what Shahola, Pennsylvania looks like with the bears and the turkeys? It's this bustling city. That was my favorite part. I totally loved it. But shout out to Inger, because Inger and Philip Jones conspired to surprise us with this video. So shout out to both of them for creating that incredible video to kick off the final 2 hours before the next 24 hours of this event.
Absolutely. I really like, seriously, that is no one's ever done that for me before anyway. So I appreciate, I'm going to listen to that every time I feel like this didn't matter. That these 24 hours didn't matter. I am going to put that on there because not only was this about raising money, this was about camaraderie, which is our number one, which is all what we stand for, sustaining and supporting our people. And even though we are so tired, it to me was all worth it. So far, we're at $750, guys. We really need to get this up. And whether that happens today, whether that happens tomorrow, whether that happens whenever it happens, the thing of it is, you've heard different stories. You've heard, why I finally come out with the whole story of why I'm so passionate about this. And there I go with a boat again. I know Tim's going to make fun of me, but you know, when having family members that have served, you know, my dad's baby brother wasn't the only one in our family that have served. I still have family members actively serving, but we're not only doing that for them, we're also doing for the people that have either lost their fight of hope and decided that today didn't matter, that they were going to end it. And whether that was 24 years ago or whether that's today or right in this moment, we are all here for you. So that's what this is for. And right now, though, our veteran programs that need to be funded so that we could help more veterans, because that's what it's all about. 44 veterans dying by suicide a day is not going to continue on my watch. I will do everything in my power to end this. Like, this is crazy. And if you were on Russ's hour, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what I got away from one 10-minute testimonial for somebody who's been working with Greg and have been through some of our programs. So after working with Greg, Steve went from feeling like a loser, a failure, wanting to end everything. And what he got out of working with Camaraderie Rescue Mission was being a valued part of the team. He was not useless and broken anymore, even though his body was not always working every single day. But being with Camaraderie Rescue Mission gave him value, that he mattered to somebody. He's a man again, because I know as a woman, when I'm not on par, how I feel. But when a man feels less than and parts of his body are not working anymore and he is not functioning, society has said, you're no longer a man. You know, suck it up, get back in the game, get your shit together, let's go. And that's not what it's about here at Camaraderie Rescue Mission. What it's about is, hey, giving these guys hope again, feeling like a man. He said, things I can do that I didn't think I could do before. That's what being part of this program has been. He didn't feel alone. When asked why, talking to his brothers and sisters, why should they go through Camaraderie Rescue Mission? Number one, not feeling alone again, and that he could get through anything. And don't stop fighting the fight. You know, you're told when you go into the military, you're fight the fight, and keep going to the battle as one. And he said he made it a huge investment on porch furniture. And if the only thing God wanted him to do was to sit there and listen and help other people, then it was all worth it. Because sometimes his body doesn't work for him. Sometimes, you know, he's in pain and he just can't do the things. He can't go for a marathon sprint. He can't do those things. So if God gave him porch furniture to sit there and listen to somebody else and give them hope back, then that was what his mission was all about. And he learned all that through going through our programs. So I don't know about you, but I would really appreciate it if you would go to tinyurl.com/hope4vets and make a donation. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $10. I don't care if it's $100. But here's what $100 is going to get you. $100 is going to get you, each increment of $100 is going to get you in to our 6-month Freedom Boat Club membership. 360 locations across the world. And you heard on Russ's hour what really is involved. I'm sure that was Robert's hour. What is Freedom Boat Club? Basically, you drive up to the location, you get keys, you pay for gas, and you go have fun. You don't have any wear and tear on your boats. I'm sure insurance is provided with that. You've got to pay a little bit for insurance and your gas, but you go out there and you have fun. So it's a $7,500 value. And each time you donate $100, guys, you are going to get a raffle ticket. So that raffle will be drawn when we have 2,222 tickets sold. So we really need your help, guys. We seriously need your help, because you know what? What if Steve hadn't gone through our programs? Steve would be dead by now. That's reality. Steve would have given up hope. Steve would have said, screw this, peace out, I'm out of here. His family would have been left with no dad. His wife would have been shattered because she would have had no husband. But because he decided that he was going to go through our programs, and, you know, and camaraderie is part of what we offer, you know, Greg being Greg, this is why Steve's here today. So please go donate right now to tinyurl.com/hope for vets. If you do not want to donate online, you can definitely make your check out to Camaraderie Rescue Mission and send it to Greg Bicknell at 1532 Congress Way in Lakeland, Florida. 33. I'm waiting for it to classify my screen.
It's
I
in the
can't see
comments
it.
as well.
It's in the comments. 33813. So yeah, and if that isn't an incentive enough, executive producer Mark Lee, who is an amazing, amazing guy. This guy has a heart of gold. Decided, because he has Pod TV, has decided to, for the first person who donates $500, he is going to personally produce a veteran show for them, get them out on TV. And if that's not all, Philip, who did the opening credits, like the opening video that you just saw, $150 extra, will get that. You know, he'll throw that in. So a $650 donation will get the entire package. Come on, guys. All you have to do is go donate now to the tinyurl.com/vets for hope. Donate the $650, say, I want the Mark Leak deal, and boom, there you go. So with that, I'm turning it over to you because my head's now hurting after all that.
Yes. Thank you for sharing all of that, Dorothy, truly from your heart. And I want to say thank you to everyone, truly everyone. This has taken such a community effort. All of the board of TCRMI. Did I get that right, Dorothy?
You got that right, friend.
I have to learn all these acronyms, and I'm trying. But thank you to the whole board, Greg Bicknell, all of the live streamers. There's been 14 live streamers from Alaska to the United Kingdom that have all come together, all volunteering their time. You are all freaking amazing. And all of the veterans and organizations and everyone who has come on and shared their stories from their hearts. It's been such an honor to be part of this event with all of you. So Dorothy, who should we bring on? Well, you know what? First, I think what we should do is we should thank people who are in the comments.
Right. We should thank people in the comments, but I also want to thank one particular person that has made a complete difference for me, and that is you, Tim. I really want to thank you for giving up your, not only the 24 hours, but I know you have been the man behind everything. Like when I didn't know how to do something, I'm like, Tim, buddy, I need you. And you were right there stepping up. So I totally appreciate you. And I want to say thank you. And so, you know, there's nobody else I would rather do an insane 24 hours with but you. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
And all your hard work. And thank you to Joy and the girls for allowing you to be part of this. Because I know we put a lot of hours in this week to get this to where it is. And yes, I really want to we'll go through here, thank our streamers for sure. And yeah, let's get this party started.
Yeah, definitely. And Dorothy, I want to thank you because you helped out with my crazy, and you came up with the idea for my crazy 24-hour live stream event for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society when their Man and Woman of the Year philanthropic competition. See, here I have to say TCRMI. For that 10 weeks, I had to say philanthropic competition. So each event has its words that you have to learn, or acronyms. But thank you, Dorothy, for everything. You're freaking amazing. So thank you.
Wow. We could go back and forth each way. But
yeah, let's. But we have other people we need
we
to
have
get
other
to
people.
because there's other freaking amazing people
That's
here
right.
as well.
Everybody's freaking amazing around here.
Yeah. So where should we go from here, Dorothy?
Well, you wanted the comments. So let's do it quickly in the
Let's go to
comments.
the comments really quickly because there's
quickly
lots
to
of
the
people in the
comments.
green room.
Yeah, because we have somebody that's got to leave. So
yeah, let's do that.
Cool.
So Andrea Sanchez is here. She says, "Hey, Tim and Dorothy." Hello, Andrea. Thank you for joining us. Fraser Ramsey is here. He says, "Hi, Tim and Dorothy. Thank you for joining us." He has a question for us. He says, "How much coffee has been consumed so far over these almost 24 hours? How much have you consumed, Dorothy?"
Okay, so I have to tell you, I only had 2 iced coffees this morning, and that's the only coffee I've had.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh, I don't know how much I've consumed. I had, I think I had 2 medium iced coffees from Dunkin' yesterday, and then 1 medium today. That's a lot of iced coffee because mediums are pretty big. Yeah, a lot of coffee. Not as much as I usually have less. Yeah. Andrea says it always makes such a difference when you feel you matter to someone.
Absolutely. And okay, so I may add, and Andrea, amazing woman. Every last Saturday of the month, this woman does a kindness rally, and Tim and I have both been speakers on that rally at one point or another within the last year.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, if she doesn't make you feel like you matter, no one else makes you feel like you matter. This woman is amazing. So connect with her too, because I'm telling you, yeah, you need to connect with her too.
You definitely need to. And Andrea and I have been accountability partners on our in-person events that we have coming up. She's doing an in-person event called the Worthy Rally for Hope and Kindness in-person experience. And it's coming up in less than 1 week on October 15th in Houston, Texas. Wow. So you guys, Andrea, drop the information in the chat. I'll see you in less than a week.
Yes. While we're on that, Tim, when is your showing up for prospective cancer?
Thank you for asking.
Sorry, I messed up with that.
Yeah, it's called Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. It's on October. No, it's not in October. And no, it was going to be in September, but now it is going to be November 5th. If you want more information, it's perspectivesoncancer.com. It's an event for cancer patients, cancer survivors, and cancer supporters. Dorothy, why are you celebrating?
Because we just got another $50 donation. Come on, guys. Keep it coming. Woo! Go to tinyurl.com/ hope for vets. And please donate. You heard Steve's story. You heard what our programs do. You heard how... Oh, yeah. Sharona.
Yes, just like that. Okay. Right. Yeah. But the event is, just go to perspectivesoncancer.com. It's for cancer patients, survivors, and supporters who want to share their story, support others, be supported by others, feel inspired. And it's an extension of the show that I do called Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer every week, where I interview, along with Erica Campbell, cancer survivors and supporters and patients about their stories. Thanks for asking, Dorothy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to bring up one special person because she's got to go to grandma duty. So can we bring up Melody, please?
Let's do it. Hello, Melody.
Hello.
Melody, you are such an amazing woman, and you are the reason how I connected to Greg. So thank you again so much. I'm going to turn the mic over to you.
I just wanted to pop in and show gratitude because you guys are amazing. The work you've put into this, the effort, the action, and the time, and to be able to show veterans that we do care, we really do care, and you matter. And that's incredible what you guys have done and the speakers and all of it. I'm just in awe. I'm in awe of all of it. And I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you so much for all you do.
Well, thank you. And please check Melody out on LinkedIn because every Tuesday, Melody comes out with a new veterans highlight or story. So please check her out. She is an amazing writer, and she highlights pretty much any veteran that's been on my show. She highlights, not that we have that relation, that collaboration. Well, I guess we do. Synchronicity. She totally believes in synchronicities. So absolutely, go check Melody out, please. And really, and she is part of the heart and soul of Angels 14 as well, which is, like, I keep talking about Angels 14 through all of this, because they are a pivotal part in helping our veterans as well. So
thank you, Dorothy. And yeah, angels14.com. Check it out, guys. Camaraderie is what it's all about. And we're going to make sure that the veterans know. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
That's okay. Well, thank you, Melody.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Okay, so who should we bring up next? Okay, so let's can we bring up our streamers? We're gonna keep the board to last. We're gonna bring our streamers up, and really, we could not have put this event on without them, because we are all volunteering our time here this weekend, and really want to thank each and every one of you for being on here, giving up your time. And Philip, man, I was dancing in the green room and crying at the same time watching your video for me. So I truly appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. And
no problem at all.
And Mr. Smith, appreciate you, fellow veteran over here too. Scott did serve as well, so thank you for your service, and just thank you so much for your time and your talents this weekend. And Inger, thank you so much. Another amazing. She's the one that went and asked Philip to do that video for us. So I appreciate you so much. And Tim, I'm turning it over to you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I just really reiterate everything that Dorothy says. I mean, all of you guys are just so amazing. We all came together for this event that is so important to support our veterans. And I'm just so grateful for all of you. You know, you all volunteered with your heart, your time, your talents. And I'm just so grateful for all of you and all that you've done and have done in the past. Several of you have been victims. I mean, have volunteered for other events, other similar events, and I just so appreciate your friendship and your efforts on this incredible event.
And I have to say one thing. When we asked the first time, both Inger and Scott came and said yes right away. There was no hesitation. We just met, I just personally met Philip yesterday. So I'm sure he'll be on the next one too. But I just want to say thank you that when we ask the call for the Call of Duty, you guys say yes. So I appreciate you totally for that. And guys, we just got another $50 donation, so keep them coming.
Oh my gosh,
I know, right? We're up to $850, so thank you who's ever did that. So again, go to tinyurl.com/hope4vets. Yes, let's do the Tim dance.
And the screaming goat.
And the screaming goat.
Scott is like, what's going on?
Scott has no idea how crazy we can be.
No, I love it. I just think, why didn't I get my goat? I need a goat.
I have to create a list. There's a list that needs to be made.
I tell you, you got to get you got to set the swag site up, and we'll just go and buy them.
It's true. We got another one. We're up to $900, guys. Woohoo!
Oh my gosh.
Keep it coming. Oh, okay, when we bring the streamers up, people come in, so that's awesome.
Is that what it is?
tinyurl.com/hope4vets. Go now, donate. So, and if you donate $100 increments, guys, you get your name thrown into the Freedom Boat, a 6-month Freedom Boat Club membership. A $7,500 value, yours, every time you donate $100. So donate $1,000. You guys got 10 raffle tickets. Come on. It is a write-off for your business if you're a business owner. And just think of your clients you can take out and have fun, right? Just gas up and go. Gas up and go. And then, of course, we have the amazing Mark Lee offer. Now, Mark Lee is, I don't see him in the green room yet, but maybe he might be coming. I don't know. I mean, he might even have a show. He is an executive producer for Pod TV, and he has decided that the first person who donates $500 and wants this offer of him producing a veteran show, he's going to do that. You donate at $500, but then that's not all, because Philip came along beside him and said, wait, for another $150, I'll do the graphics and the video. So for a donation of $650, guys, you go donate now to tinyurl.com/hope for vets and say, I want the Mark Lee and Philip deal. And there you go. Like, you have your own show for $650. Like, that's insane. That's insane.
That is
so
insane.
Thank you.
Yes. Would any of you guys like to say anything?
Hey, I'll just say it's an honor and a privilege to be able to come side by side with you, Dorothy and Tim, and all the rest of the folks, the streamers and all the guests, but all the work that went into it. What a wonderful time this has been. Great vision of what it's like to be a part of a real community. So people that are new to this, you've found your spot. So thanks for letting me be a part. And I just want to say congratulations. Every dollar counts. And what is there, 900 of them now? So that's a lot of counting.
We're up to 940.
That is.
We just
There
got
you
another
go.
one.
940. All right. I love
Yeah,
it.
I'm
love
going to
it.
jump out and make room for more streamers to come in. But again, thanks so much.
Thanks,
And
Scott.
Thank you,
Inger,
Scott.
always great to see you, Tim, Dorothy.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you so much.
We'll see you all soon. Fight the good fight.
All right.
Sounds
Thank
great.
you,
Thank
sir.
you. All right. Thank you. And everyone, we are here. We are here in the final 2 hours. The final 2 hours of the Unstoppable Camaraderie 24-hour fundraiser. The longest name ever for heroes, badges, and warriors. I'm not sure who created this name, but
The one and only Mr. Bicknell.
shout out to Greg Bicknell. I love the name. It's a little long, but I do love it. I do love the intention behind it. Yes, I do love the intention. Yes. Inger or Philip, would you like to say anything?
Sure. I just want to say I'm so grateful that I get to do this with you guys. You're awesome, and what amazing people you are, and just role models for all of us to strive towards, to emulate. So thank you. Thank you to the two of you. It's been an honor and a privilege. It's my third time doing this craziness with you. I guess I'm not going anywhere. So
Yes. Let's bring the crazy goats out. Oh, love it.
Philip needs
Love
a
it.
goat.
and happy Canadian Thanksgiving to all the Canadians out there.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I will
Yes.
jump off so that I can make room for others. So
Thank
take care and be blessed, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Inger.
You're the best.
My pleasure. Take care. Bye.
Oh, I guess I'm last. So, excuse the background noise if there's any. I'm actually currently at dialysis. So,
Oh my gosh.
you know,
I was
I'll
going to say
just
that room looks familiar. my dad had dialysis too.
like
So.
any other dialysis unit around here. But thank you for the opportunity. Like I posted on LinkedIn before. This was kind of a great opportunity to basically give thanks and honor to my uncle and my grandfather, who are both passed away. My uncle served in the Air Force. My grandfather served in the Army, both during wars. and also to give thanks to, the healthcare workers as well. I've told my story about 18 times today, which is never really enough, honestly, because a lot of people don't understand uh, what people go through on a daily basis. It's not just myself, but individuals in general. And it was a great time for me. Even I did what 4 or 5 shows yesterday, and I had 12 o'clock, and I was like, all right, time to go to sleep. So again, thank you, Tim. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you, Greg, and the board and everybody else that put in hard work over the amount of time it took to put this together. Tim, you got my gears going now to try to figure out something for a second chance. So,
Yeah.
that'll hopefully, be making an announcement about that. So I'll talk to Tafar about some stuff and, put this thing together. So, and then also, me and Tim have been planning a cancer patient panel for October 17th. And so very looking forward to that because my stepmom has also battled cancer as well, breast cancer. So I've always had love for breast cancer survivors and cancer survivors in general because you go through a lot. It's very similar to a transplant patient story. And one thing I always say is that as a patient, when you deal with life-threatening illnesses like cancer, with HIV, AIDS, transplants, or anything like that, is that you can line 20 people up and still get a different story each time. We might have all gotten to the same destination, but we all took different roads and avenues to get there. So everybody's story is unique and different in its own way. But I'm going to hop off of here and make room for other people. So again, I thank you all for your time and everybody who donated. Like I said before, every dollar counts. So we appreciate your time, and especially everybody who tuned in these past 22 hours, 22 and a half hours. So again, thank you all, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much for everything. Completely. Thank you so much.
Never a problem. Always call.
Yes, thank you, Philip. And let's talk soon about your what you're thinking about doing for your live stream event coming up soon.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. I'll be getting in touch with you.
Okay. Take care.
Okay, so before we bring up anybody else, there's a couple things I want to go over. So again, for those of you that are just joining in, like Tim said, we are the last final 2 hours of the hour and a half of this 24-hour live stream. Could you imagine 24 hours and we did it? So
you don't have to imagine.
No, we didn't. No, we don't have to imagine.
It's reality. It's true, Dorothy.
It's reality, baby. It's reality, and we did it. So with that being said, though, those of you that didn't get to be see Russ John's show hour, we had a testimony from Steve, who is one of the people that have gone through our programs. And for those of you that were not there, like seriously, you need to go back and watch Russ's hour because it was so powerful. So, and what Steve got out of it. Now, again, he's I forget how long he served, and I forget the total backstory. You'll have to forgive me. I've been up for so long, I don't even remember my name right now. But what he got out of being in our program was being part of a valued part of a team. He wasn't useless and broken anymore. Just because his body couldn't work doesn't mean that he was useless and broken. And as a society wants to say, hey, if a man can't do all things, then he's useless. Well, that's bullshit. And, this program proves that, by going through our programs and by connecting with Greg and just Greg being an amazing guy that he is, he made a difference in somebody's life. And that difference was he no longer feels useless. He has value. He mattered to somebody. He's a man again. And he said, things I can do that I didn't think I could do. So, sometimes we get in our head and we think that, because for whatever reason, my parts aren't working anymore. I'm useless and broken, and that's bullshit. He also learned that he was not alone and that he didn't have to go through it alone. No longer do you have to suffer in silence. No longer do you have to, just suck it up, buttercup, is what the saying used to be. That's not how things are to be anymore. So, and he also had said, don't stop fighting, go to the battle as one. They're trained to go into battle and to win. So keep that even after you're out of the military. And his last thing that I got to hear before I had to jump off so that I can come over here was, he has this fancy front porch furniture, and the purpose that God gave him was to sit on his front porch on this fancy furniture and give hope back to veterans. So if that's the only thing that he ever did, and that's what he learned by going through our program. Hello, guys, come on. Like, seriously, can you please open your heart and your wallet, go to tinyurl.com/hope4vets and donate. And remember, every increment of $100 gets you into the 6-month Freedom Boat Club membership. 350 locations, guys, come on. All you have to do is gas and go have fun with your family, go have fun with your clients. It's a tax write-off. Why would you not? We will do the draw when there's 2,222 tickets sold. So however long that takes, but it doesn't matter. We're going to do it right to the very end. And we're going to keep fighting until the battle's won. Right. And so that's amazing. I just have that stuck in my head. And, again, gas and go. I was just reading the comments. Sorry. So yeah, gas and go. Sorry, my brain is short circuiting. Mark Steele. So Mark is an executive producer, has tons of experience in that place. He is willing for a $500 donation to produce a veterans show and produce it and put it out there, as well as Philip, who you just saw that was getting his dialysis treatment, for an additional $150, he'll do the graphics and the video. So $650, a donation of $650 will get the entire package, guys. And you have a show on Pod TV. Like, why wouldn't you do that? And it's a tax write-off. So go to tinyurl.com/hope4vets and donate today, please. With that, we got to listen to somebody who will talk. So let's bring up our board so they can talk.
Oh, hey, Ron.
Yes, you're live. Welcome, my people. I'm going to turn it over to you because, guys, I don't know what else I can say. I'm like, my brain is frying right now.
Who you turn it over to?
You.
Oh,
I'm turning it over to you.
I didn't hear. I was something.
Oh, I said the board, but no one stood up. So I'm turning it over to you, sir.
Well, so, I'm going to lead off with what's, is really on my heart. And it's that I think today, over the last almost 23 hours now, there's been a message that's spread by multiple people, multiple organizations, and a lot of words came from people's hearts. And their mission is one of love. Their mission is one of caring. Their mission is one of reaching out with an open hand instead of a closed fist. And I hope that's what we showed today, too, as a collective 24-hour period, as well as a board, as well as an organization, is that, we truly mean it when we say our hands are open. We want to connect with you. We want to help you in any way we can. I wish I just had this endless checkbook that I could write checks to all these amazing organizations that are doing amazing things. And we were able to go and produce these amazing results. Steve, you guys didn't see it. Some of you did. Maybe you're watching, but, I went through this whole thing and there were so many cool stories and so many great organizations. And you put up a video of a guy that I've become amazingly close to. And it broke me. Like I literally went off screen and had to go and kind of compose myself because I love that guy, and Steve is someone that's become special to me. And he is exactly what this program exemplifies. I didn't know the video was going to come up, but man, it was just, and I think this time I listened so intently about what was going on and what he was saying. And because I just, Steve and I give each other a hard time. We have such a great time when we're together. And him and my wife text maybe more than I do because they're like trying to what's going on. And remarkably with what Steve was saying, Steve will call and text out of nowhere and check on me and be like, hey, I saw something on Facebook. How's Greg doing? And that's kind of the story that we want to build here. Is we want to build a story of connection. We want to build a story of camaraderie. We want to build a story of just being an organization that our hands are open. We want to connect with you. We want to be a part of what you're doing. We want to help you continue to succeed in what you're doing. And if we can spread your message, that's what we want to do. And I think this has been an amazing, amazing time. And I look at, this group that's here, Tim and Dorothy, I just keep saying it over and over, and so do others. And we know how much you meant to this entire thing because basically you built it, you ran it. I got a chance to show up and just kind of do my thing and go where you guys told me and, hey, show up on this hour. And I wish I could have been on every hour, but probably it was best for the show that I didn't because sometimes I may take it over. But with that, I'm just going to say I love you guys. I love the streamers. I love the whole team that brought this together to include the participants, streamers, the whole deal. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Kimberly, and we'll finish off with Molly. We'll let the executive director go last there. How's that? How you like that, Molly? Molly loves when I put pressure on her like that. Perfect, right?
She doesn't even know what pressure is.
Yeah. She's got it. So cool, calm,
she
collected.
loves it. She loves all of it. Well, part of what's there for me is it's less than a quarter. Like we've got 74 minutes, right? So I'm really inside of, finishing strong and everything Greg said, of course, right? With regards to Dorothy and Tim and all the streamers and everybody who's involved. And, this whole project is a labor of love that starts with Greg Bicknell's heart and the connection of all of our hearts coming together. And it's just so beautiful to watch this whole organization literally get birthed in the clearing that has been this 24-hour fundraiser. And to really watch Greg's visions that he literally got from God go from the seedlings that he's been so I'm like, what is that story with the beans or something, right? like Greg had the beans, the magic beans, right? And he planted them in the hearts of the board, and really getting to watch the garden really come to life in the community that has been this fundraiser. And I'm clear that it now includes each and every heart that was engaged in this fundraiser, which includes each and every heart that all these videos are going to touch. The 24 hours was simply the planting of the plant in the garden. And now we're just going to be streaming out there, and the 1 million+ lives have already been touched. And, it just, our cup runneth over, and this party is just getting started. Yeah. I'm really clear. The last 24 hours was the pre-party for the actual party. And I'm beyond honored and blessed to get to be a part of it. So with that, I'll turn it over to Molly.
I don't know how I can top that. I mean, you're just so
elegant. You will.
Molly, you got 75 minutes. You better.
You've been the sprinkles on top of my whipping creams. Greg was the vanilla ice cream. I was the whipping cream, and now you're the sprinkles.
75
Does
minutes,
that mean
Molly.
Dorothy is the cherry on top? I mean, she's wearing red.
You got it. You got it, girl. That's my girl.
Yeah. Just such an amazing opportunity to to be involved in literally just kind of being handpicked. One of the amazing things that I have grown to learn just by being around all of you and the other individuals who, donate their time, donate their skills to veterans. It's just so amazing. I have met more amazing people in the last probably 6 months, having been introduced to Greg and Camaraderie Rescue, because it is such a networking organization. Like that's the purpose, is to create that networking, create that community. And I've seen my community expand, like increase very, very much. And it's not just an increase in, number, it's an increase in quality. The individuals that we've had a chance to meet, get to know, and watch them just do what they were designed to do. It's been really, really amazing. So thank you for letting me be a part of it. And I cannot wait to see who else we bring into this community and where we can take it. So
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Tim, we need
You're
music.
gonna want to get some.
Absolutely.
We're starting to go relive the 12 o'clock thing last night.
Oh no.
This
It
was
was
noon.
12 noon.
Yeah.
On the money. 12
Right on the
noon,
money.
actually.
Oh yeah. Hey, I
Can we hold on for 1 second? Because guys, we
No,
need to acknowledge this, because this is what we're here, part of what we're here for. Tim, I need music because we now have $1,030.
Oh my gosh.
I know,
that's
right?
awesome. Oh, look at that. Bringing in the music.
Let's do the Tim dance, guys. The Tim dance in honor of Tim.
Wait, where's the
That's the only
goat?
dance
I
I
want to
know.
hear the goat.
we need
Where's the
Gary.
goat?
Yeah, that's the only dance I know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. And so if you're just tuning in and you're thinking, what the hell is this crazy dance party all about? Because seriously, that's what we do here at Camaraderie Rescue Mission. We have fun, camaraderie, and connections, and that's what it's all about, man. And so if you're just tuning in, you are
And
the
goats.
last hour and 15 minutes of Unstoppable Camaraderie 24-hour fundraiser for heroes, badges, and warriors. Guys, I am tired. I've been up past
This one's got to
24
say it a
hours.
bunch.
And yeah, we're gonna have to cut that down next time. Anyways, doesn't matter. What we're here for is to raise awareness of veteran PTSD, veteran suicide, the veteran organizations that all come together to make it possible to give hope back to our veterans, first responders, and EMS. So if you could go to tinyurl.com/hope for vets, donate. It doesn't matter what you donate. We appreciate, and every dollar counts. But here's what I'm going to tell you. When you donate $100, that $100 gets you a ticket to a 6-month Freedom Boat Club membership. Gas and go, baby. Drive up to the marina, pay for the gas, go have fun. The donation itself is a tax write-off, so why would you not do that? And the gas is a tax write-off if you are a business, because when you take your clients out there, you go have fun, right? And it's all about the camaraderie when you're doing that, because here we believe in horses, barbecue, and water, right, folks?
Yeah.
So therefore, you get your butt out on the water and you go have fun. So with that, though, that's a $7,500 value. $7,500. So you donate $1,000 right now, you're going to get 10 tickets. You donate $10,000. I don't know what that is. Somebody do the math. I'm tired. What is it, Molly?
Molly, you're the
100
I was
tickets.
just gonna say that's a lot of tickets.
That's a lot of tickets. So pardon me, guys. I'm normally not this crazy, but seriously, I've been up past 24 hours and I'm like, my brain is done. So with that, though, Mark Lee, an executive producer of Pod TV, says the first person who donates $500 will get their own veteran. I don't like it when you
He'll
do that.
produce
I don't
their
like
own
being,
show.
Right.
A veteran show.
A veteran show, right. And then if that's not all, Philip came along and said, hey guys, I am going to throw in, if you another $150, he'll throw in the graphics and the opening video. Now, if you didn't see the opening video, maybe Tim, we should do that again, right? Because that was just so freaking awesome. I love that video.
Yeah,
like it pumped me up. Watch this video, guys.
Here we go.
We are the people, defying the odds, cause it ain't even. Fighting for freedom, given by God, he say we equal. Fly like an eagle, this for the heroes, up in the helos, and down in the valley. Fighting the battles, fearing no evil. This is for infantry, I was a squad. Troopers and towers for hours they watch. Striving in combos and stumbles for bombs. On the protect of their fathers and moms. When do they call? This is for liberty, justice for all. We are the people, together we strong, and I will catch you when you fall.
We all will fall and hide away. We can't get to our feet. We all been grinding every day to find opportunity. We all get lost along the way, not knowing who to be. We are the people. We are the people.
Calling us fascists. What have we done in order to afford these anger reactions? Pages that come in our colors is gorgeous. Sick of the madness. The devil he plucking our youth like a florist. Gotta combat this. Evil is currently making its orbit. Never been a black and white war. Truth is what we have to fight for. What you think I grabbed the mic for? What you think I grabbed the mic for? Time to say what we need to say. God our Father, he should be the head. Lead the people while the demons fled. Underneath we all bleeding red.
We all will fall and hide away. We can't get to our feet. We all been grinding every day to find opportunity. We all get lost along the way, not knowing who to be. We are the people. We are the people.
Hit the feeling at the end of a rope. Double them all, but we end up broken into the foe. With my head so low, but I never leave without hope. Get a venom in the bottle, do not follow in. What do I know? I the feeling of a boat. Telling you forget about them, all the venom in it. That I'm hard to live around and knowing that I won't. Pick your float, almost gave in a rope this. If you pick this brain, it was hopeless. Let me get this aim in a ricochet. Get a bigger flame, but a focus. Every day you get up and I'm looking at myself and I'm finding I'm out of focus. Everyone around me and I gotta be the people and the people gotta be me, but I never know.
We all will fall and hide away. We can't get to our feet. We all been grinding.
Wow, guys, like I was freaking dancing in my seat. That was so powerful. So you get that, something similar to that as an opening for your show for veterans, like fire in the hole. Like seriously. So for $6.50, guys, go right now to tinyurl.com/hope4vets. Make that donation. Say, I want in on the Mark Lee and Philip package, and it is yours. Totally yours. With that, though, that leads me to the segue because, oh, he's not on screen. Josh, you got to put your screen on.
He may not be back yet.
He might not be back. Anyways, that was the perfect segue for when Josh comes in. We need Josh in the Mr. Tim. Anyways, which leads to the perfect
His
segue.
camera isn't connected.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure. Anyways, which leads to the perfect segue because yes, we thanked our streamers. Yes, we thanked our board, and our board thanked our streamers. But there is another group of people. There is a group of us that meet pretty much every morning, 5 days a week, to not only pray over this group, but to say, hey, this is what our intention is for this amazing organization and specifically towards our fundraising goals. So, excuse me, on that team, we have the amazing Molly, the amazing Kimberly, we have Vicky Parker, we have Kimmy. I don't know Kimmy's last name. It's not in my thing.
Dvorak.
Okay, what she said. John Callery, Jeffrey Thomas, who is an amazing guy who is just like, wow. And Josh. Oh, and the amazing. Hold on. It would not be remiss without saying Steve Roke. Steve Roke, I have to say, honestly, amazing guy. He's Kimberly's other business partner. And wow, this guy I wish he was here. I really wish he could have just come up here. But Steve actually has been not only doing some research and finding out what big organizations are out there that are willing to donate, but like he came up yesterday with, I don't know, another 4, 5 or 6 more anyways, that say, hey, we need to put this information out there. So really have to thank Steve for doing that. So all these guys are on that call each and every morning, which Mr. Bicknell I don't even think was aware of, or if he was, it doesn't matter. But we have more than just our board working for us. We have like an army. I'm really present to an army of people, and the army is growing because that grew today. It grew this weekend with 20. We had 20 organizations on here this weekend, just sharing the love of what they do for veterans. And we could not do it without all of our amazing team. But most importantly, we could not do it with the veterans without the veterans that we help. And if you did not hear Steve's story, I'm going to share it one more time. Steve, after he, went through the program and became friends with Mr. Bicknell here, he said he actually felt valued and part of a team again, not useless and broken, that he mattered and that he was a man again. Things that he could do that he didn't think he could do, he's now doing. He realized that by going through our program that he was not alone, and that he didn't have to do it alone. And don't stop fighting. Go until the battle is won. And God gave him the vision that the reason why he bought that big old porch furniture was so that he could help other veterans in need. So, he can't do a lot of things physically, but he could sit on his front porch, admire the scenery that God has given him, and help the veterans that needed help. So I don't know about you, but if that's not incentive enough to donate and help the rest of their veterans, I don't know what is. So please go to tinyurl.com/hope4vets and donate today. And I think we're still having problems getting Josh in, but with that, all right. So we still have like almost an hour left of this fundraiser. And so do we want to play a game? What do we want to do?
No, I want to come back in and talk about Steve.
Okay.
And this is kind of what the Camaraderie Rescue Mission, this is kind of what Steve's whole process and just getting to know him means, is the person that reached out to me, Cindy Sanders and Brad Sanders. I've been friends with them, my wife, our whole families have been friends. Brad, I shared a bathroom back when our first base we were both stationed at way back when, right? And so we've stayed friends that entire time. So that military connection, and our families have become friends. Our kids are basically like sisters. It's one of those things. And when we lived on Whiteman Air Force Base, there was all these kids that would come to my house, and I would just start counting them. As long as there was 2 left when everybody left, I was hoping it was the right 2. And then we had, at least our fair share, right? But they all swap back and forth houses all the time. But to go forward in that and then have someone that I've known for this long, and someone that trusted me enough and trusted the organization enough to be able to reach out with someone like Steve, that was really, Steve was going through a situation where, like I said, he was an amazing man, a godly man. His wife is amazing family and the whole deal. And Steve was looking for something. And when we first talked that first day, he talked about, I think I need a challenge, Greg. I think that's kind of what he said, I think this sailing trip will give me that challenge that I need to really push me. And, it was peaks and valleys. There was times where I didn't know if he was still going to come. Steve didn't know that he's going to fly. So I ended up driving from Lakeland to Fort Walton, back to Lakeland, down to Key West, back to Lakeland, back to Fort Walton. And so we basically made sure he got there. And it was really cool. And then he came to a couple of our other events. But the part that that really is special to me is we, along the way, other than just becoming a connection, we became family, we became friends. And that happened because of a friend that I've had my entire career, that we've grown with. And when he was introduced, we got along, and Steve and I do go back and forth sometimes. He likes to harass me, but it's become a situation to where all of these families have come together, and Brad and Cindy Sanders, again, my wife is actually, she's either there or on the way there right now to take the grandbaby, because again, we're going to take them to see family. And they go up there and stay for a couple days so that they can hang out with them. And it's just one of those things. I guarantee you that Nikki will go see, my wife will go see Steve while she's there, because he'll want to see the grandbaby, and he'll make sure that it happens, and they'll go out to eat somewhere, the whole family will go out. So it'll be kind of cool. But that's what we're building, and it was one of those things to where it took the known, my friends, to introduce, me to an unknown, like how we get introduced to all these organizations. Most of the people that was on today, I didn't know them 12 months ago. Carrie Stewart, I did, Dr. Royster, Dr. Deturi, I can go on and on and on. I didn't know these people. And over this last 24 hours, the network has grown even more, like what somebody had said here a few minutes ago. I think it was Molly, is that now we've got all these other connections and all these fibers and all these things that we reach out to. And when you talk to somebody, you now get that personal connection, especially in this world, because you get to realize just what kind of a heart someone has and what type of a heart an organization has. And what we saw this weekend was a heart of caring organizations that really just has in mind what is good for the end user, which is the person we're trying to help. And so I think with Steve, he kind of epitomizes what I hope this program can do. And it kind of lays it out there, and it just really kind of happened. Again, it became like his wife would tell me, "Hey, Greg, when you got something going on," or he would, I can't remember exactly how it was said, but he was like, I think his wife said, Linda told him, "Hey, when Greg's got something going on, we're going to pack you up and send you out there." Maybe not the quite words he used, but she saw how he acted and how he interacted once he came back. And he was such a, just a friendly person. And Steve's a great dude. He just is. And to have that, to have that as a friend, even outside of the program, I was introduced to a person that'll be a lifelong friend now. And that's the way I kind of see a lot of people in a lot of these groups. And I speak to somebody once, and for me, I think they're friends for life. And sometimes some of those connections don't work out, and you have to move on. But it's one of those things that I appreciate what you guys are doing, Tim and Dorothy again, and then Molly and Kimberly and the whole board. We have so much more ground to cover. This is like, the water, the big iceberg is starting to melt a little bit, and we're getting a little trickle in the drips, and we're figuring things out as we go. And we kind of get together and we start getting all these ideas, and I jokingly said to Mark, I think we were off air or something. I said, Mark, when you put that out there, I was thinking, ooh, that'd be great. I'd love to have my own show. And I actually said, if I was to do that and tell the board, hey, I decided I was going to go write my own check, I said, Kimberly and Dorothy probably both would reach through the screen and choke me out. But it just seemed like a cool thing. I'm like, ooh, another thing. And then I realized, man, my wife's out of town. If I wrote that check and said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do this, it's probably one of those things that I'm not so sure I'd survive, maybe physically. I kid. But I want to stop with that. Is I did have a person reach out, and he said, I'm interested in it. So he is actually talking to his CEO, which happens to be his wife, the same one that I have in my house. It's his CEO, the same position. So he had to go and talk to the financial manager / CEO and see what they thought about it. But we do have one person I know for a fact that is very interested in that entire package. And it'll be interesting to see what happens, but it's I don't know. I'm just so humbled. I'm going to quit now because I'll just keep rattling, but it's cool to see people coming out and supporting this. And I don't know. I'm just so humbled.
Love, and love.
Yeah, that was my three things. My three things that I was on Dorothy, you guys don't know, is we were supposed to come up with, what was it, three fundamentals of our life, or three fundamentals of something. And I came up, mine was pretty tricky. I was love, and love. And then I said, I even had a cheat sheet where I could write them down before I came on, and I still went with three. And So yeah, that was not one of my banner moments, but it's what brought us all together.
Absolutely. The goal, yes, is to make Greg speechless. That's right.
Yeah, good
That
luck
is
with
my
that.
goal daily. That is
You
my
almost
goal
did it.
daily.
You almost did it one time. I forgot what it was about, but I was dang near there.
Well, I had you speechless a couple times. But anyways, we are here because we are in the last hour of the 24-hour Unstoppable Camaraderie 24-hour fundraiser for Heroes, Badges, and Warriors. Snot Bubble Nose Crying. That's right. Snot Bubble Nose Crying is the goal.
That was Kimberly. Yeah, that was Kimberly. The first time.
Yes.
The first time Kim and I talked after the thing, we were on the phone for about an hour, and I think we were both crying. And then we got off the phone, and I went and told my wife about the opportunities and some of the things that I saw in the future. And I literally got about, I don't know, 2 minutes into it, and I just broke down. Like I literally, like snot bubble crying, like what she's talking about. I was so overwhelmed by the possibilities that existed. And that was before any of this started really getting creative. I just saw her energy and her passion. It was very similar to mine. And I knew that there was a way that we were going to figure this out and we're going to go forward. And I don't just think we are now. I know we are. And I know we're going to create a way to help fund a lot of folks. I know we're going to create a way to help us get to where we want to be. And there are some events coming up. I want to hit those real quick since we have the time. We've got an event coming up on the 10th of December, which is going to be at Extreme Horsemanship with Eric Anderson, his place. It's going to go from 11 p.m. on the 10th to 11 p.m. 11 a.m. on the 10th to 11 a.m. on the whatever the day after the 10th is, the 11th. Yeah, there, that one. And it's just going to be a day to come out and kind of enjoy ourselves, get to know some new people, make some new connections. And then on, I think it was January 24th, we have Janet Wazawate. She's going to do a journaling intro. And then if we like it, folks are going to go out and it's going to be like a 12-week course that she's going to do. She's amazing. She's done it for other organizations and she brought it to us and said she wanted to do it. And I think that's just cool too. But, as the other thing we're looking at is we got an event coming up in it's not on the books yet officially, but we're doing a big thing for Valentine's Day. We're going to do it on the Saturday before. We're still working out the particulars of that, but I know it's going to include Mark out there at the St. Pete Salt Works with giving away some floats and doing some of those things, get some veterans out there. Because I'll tell you, if I was going to do something special for my significant other, sending them out and let them go do a salt float would be definitely in one of those things. If you want to do relaxing, I mean, man, that's the ticket. And so pretty cool stuff there. And so we're just looking at different things to do going out. We've got Ghost Ship, we got to get them out and help them do some repairs. We got to get them back on. Our goal is to fund. If we get to that point, we want to be able to fund a trip a month, which would be really awesome. But, to get to that point, we're about $10,000 a month or better, depending on gas prices, food, and all the other good stuff. But that trip, there's more to it than just going on the trip. It's so healing, being around the water, being around all the things that's going on. But yeah, so keep checking back. If you go to tcrmi.org, keep checking back and looking at the events page, and you'll see things added as we can fund them. We're Kimberly and Dorothy and Molly have decided that they're not going to let me fund them anymore, which my wife appreciates, and so do I, and so does my bank account. But it's one of those things that, it's when you love something, sometimes you make some decisions and you just want it to work. And with you guys out there donating, that keeps me living in the same house that I'm with my wife and not packing up and having to go and, go and live on in a tent out behind Tim's house where there's bears and all those other things. It's just one of those things that we really gotta, we just want it to work out, and we're just trying, and we want to, like I said, do it with open hands. That's the whole goal. Do it with open hands and open heart, and then all come together.
Yes, Tim. If you could bring Glenn, Vicky, Robert in, and if I don't know, is Josh stable enough? Like his connection stable enough?
No, it's not.
All right. So bring. Cool. So welcome. So Glenn is the one of our board members. So we're going to start with Glenn first. So thank you, because Glenn's always on a busy schedule.
Yeah, I have way too many irons in the fire. My wife reminds me of what Greg was saying a while ago. Kind of reminded me of my own situation. So, But this is such a great organization. I'm glad this. I'm sorry I wasn't able to stay on the whole 24 hours, but I had some other things I had to do. But this is such a great organization, and Greg's passion is just so evident. And I'm just awed at what all of you are doing, and I just love this organization. And I can just see this is really going to go huge. I have no doubt that this is really going to blow up.
Hey, who signed your hat? Whose signature is that?
Well, I have Herschel Walker there at the back. Wait a second, and then Ted Cruz at the front of it.
All right.
Two great Americans.
Cool. I'm glad you can make it on, Glenn. Like I said, Glenn's been with me, the part of the team since the beginning, and even on the military on the way out, Glenn is one of the ones that helped get me positioned and transitioned out when I was struggling. I appreciate everything he did, and sometimes Glenn, in those moments where I did get those emotions, Glenn probably took the brunt of a lot of those when I would call and be upset and say stuff that I normally wouldn't have said before. And I appreciate the fact that he didn't shoot me for one. But most of all, I appreciate the fact, and I am joking about that for anybody out there that but it just being a friend, and that's what it was all about. And Glenn was one of those first people when I reached out and said, "Hey man, I'm doing this thing," and I didn't even hardly get out my words, and Glenn said, "Count me in," and that means a lot, and it means a lot to me, and it still does. And I just appreciate you, brother, more than you'll ever know. I love you to death, and it's just one of those things that I appreciate everything you've done for me personally, as well as the organization, and I can't wait to see where this goes.
Me too.
Okay, with that, we will bring up Mr. John Callery.
John Callery.
John has been working tirelessly with our team as well, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. John is an amazing guy and a veteran as well. So thank you, sir, for your service, and thank you for being here, and thank you for being on our morning calls when you can make it. We appreciate you, sir.
Thank you. I love the team, and I love being a part of something so magnificent. I mean, I know we're just getting started off, but we're going to help a lot of people.
Amen.
John's been a lot of fun. John was with me, what was it, last week? Not this weekend, but last week. And I had this epiphany. We're going through a class together, and I had this epiphany, and I literally went into one of my moments to where my emotions got the better of me. But with this one, it was more like I just slammed I just straight lined about a 12-pack of Diet Mountain Dew right into my, because I had this idea that I know is gonna work out, just like all my ideas that I know is gonna work out. And John just looked and started laughing. Everybody else in class was going, "Oh my gosh, what's up with this dude?" I literally had to get up and walk out of class and go walk around the building because I had so much energy for this epiphany that I had. And John was just cracking up while everybody else was like, "What is wrong with this dude?"
It was great. Classic Greg Bicknell moment.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'll just say thanks and move on.
Kimberly and I know what that means, truly. Hats off to you, sir.
I would if I could. Oh, here we
go. Awesome. All right, next we'll bring up Miss Vicky Parker. Miss Vicky Parker is also one of our amazing people that are on our calls in the morning that help not only with prayer, but also with setting an intention to how we are really going to impact Camaraderie Rescue Mission for the day. So Vicky, thank you so much for all your contributions and for being here today.
You're welcome. Congratulations. And Dorothy, Kimberly, Tim, all of you, Greg, it's been so great in this last 24 hours to be able to hop in and hop on and to hear everything everyone is up to. You are such a tremendous contribution, and keep doing what you're doing. Let's get this done. I applaud each and every one of you for everything you put into this last 24 hours and into life and the life you breathe into others. It is my honor to be here with all of you, and I thank you. And just I love what I've seen over the last 24 hours and what I'm hearing, and the level, the depth of connection you all share, and that you have so generously provided all of us with the opportunity to see and hear of your experiences and those of others, so that we can truly kick this and make a difference for everyone and anyone and everyone watching this telethon, and people who come back to these recordings. I encourage you to, pick up your phone, pick up your pen, and donate now, because the mission is real, and we need you. We need your support. We need your love. We need your money and contribution. And to Dorothy and company, rock on. Congratulations.
Hey, Vicky, I've heard your name a lot over the last little bit, and I appreciate what you do. I know you're that, that constant that's out there. I know you're always working hard behind the scenes. So, I kept hearing your name. I think we've met once, maybe on a video where I poked my head around when Kimberly was here. Maybe not. If not, I think we have. So it's good seeing you again.
You as well.
And so it's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure, and it's been an honor, truly.
Thank you so much. So you heard Vicky. She said, so when Vicky talks, you need to listen. So Vicky says, go to tinyurl.com/hope for vets. And please, if you could find it in your heart to donate whatever you can donate, whether that be $1, $2, $3, whatever, but just know that if you decide whatever increments of $100 that you donate, you're going to get a ticket for the 6-month Freedom Boat Club membership. So like I said before, guys, gas and go. You drive up to the marina, you grab the boat you want, and you pay for the gas, and away you go. So gas and go. And it's 360 locations, I guess. So please, so if you donate $1,000, you get 10 tickets. If you donate $10,000, as Molly says, that's a hell of a lot of tickets. So anyways, either win, it's a win-win. So please go to tinyurl.com/hope for vets. Donate today, as well as if you know of anybody who would love to have their own veteran show. Mark Lee, producer extraordinaire, has said, and he is on Pod TV, he said for a $500 donation, he would produce a veteran show for you, but that's not all. Add another $150 to that, and Philip Jones is going to make the video and the graphics and everything for your show. So go donate right now to tinyurl.com/hope for vets. Say you want in on the Mark and Phil deal, and you will have your own veteran show. Like, that is freaking amazing. Like, seriously, you're not going to get that anywhere else. And especially from a veteran of over 30 years and being an executive producer, whether that be radio or TV. So come on, that is too good of an offer to pass up. So you definitely go there right now and donate to tinyurl.com/hope for vets. And yes, I am starting over my words because my brain is not short-circuiting. So I apologize if that is offending anybody, but that's just the way it is after being up for so long. All right. So we still have 40 minutes left. Oh, Mr. Robert.
That's what I was going to say. We got Robert.
Robert,
we special attire for a special occasion.
That's right, because he's a special guy. So we love Robert, and we want to thank Robert for your contribution to hosting 2 hours of this 24 hours. So we acknowledge you and we thank you, Robert. And Mr. Bickman, what have you got to say?
Big love. I just want to say that you guys have been doing absolutely wonderful. Do you like my new beard? It goes really
fantastic.
You grew that really fast, Robert. You're really. Yeah. How did you do that? What's your secret?
32. Well, there's no garlic all over it. No. I'm here because I love you guys, and I just have a live streaming platform thanks to Tim So, and I took his Survive to Rise with live video, and he just threw out the ropes and showed me how to use StreamYard and utilize it and stream the platform. So When I was invited to help you guys out for a couple slots, you know, I jumped on it. It's a great cause. I don't personally have connections to veterans besides my grandfather was in World War II, but I know what you're doing here, and it's really amazing. And I just want everybody to know that they need to donate. Whip out your wallets. You're sitting on it. It's making your back hurt. Pull it out. Pull that card out and donate, please. It's tinyurl.com/HopeForVets. I love you guys, and please donate. That's all I wanted to say. Was look at my beard, and thank you for letting me help. That's it. This is the
I
last
tell you what,
hour.
I was on a couple times with Robert, and you know, as with everybody, we had a great time. And this is the thing I'm going to say about Robert is Robert would be like, we would talk for like, I don't know, 16 seconds. He'd be like, hey, oh, I forgot to tell you something. What are we here for? Raise money. And then he would go into the spew. And so sometimes we get a couple sentences out and he would go back into it. So Robert, man, you were out there putting the hustle on. I appreciate it. And you in the top hat, man, it looks, it's you, dude. I would stick with it. Yeah.
I get
I
one.
think that's what that's called. Stick with it, man. It's you.
Thanks, guys.
I would love to just talk straight to the individuals watching who, you know, have not served. You don't necessarily know how hard it is to sometimes express to a non-veteran what you're feeling, having been a veteran, or what you've gone through, and having a community of like personnel, so a veteran, first responder, somebody that shares a background or, you know, a story similar to yours, it's so much easier to connect with them, so much easier to open up. It's interesting. I was getting ready to go to basic training, and a couple of my uncles came over for a Sunday dinner. Prior to that, I knew they had both been in Vietnam. Neither of them had ever talked about it. But they're sitting at the table, like, just because I was, you know, a part of that community now, they opened up and they shared. Just this week, I was getting an MRI for my shoulder, and the technician found out that I was military, and he just opened up and just started talking. And it's not something that military personnel really do with non-veterans. And that's one reason that camaraderie rescue is so important, to actually get those veterans connected with other veterans. So that way they can share their stories. They can kind of, you know, let loose a little bit. They know that that other person understands where their mental state was coming from, where their fears or where their, you know, even their failings come from. And there's no judgment, because we've all been there. Being military, you know, being a soldier, you have to be 100%, 100% of the time. There is no room for failure, because regardless of what happens, the mission has to go on. And nobody wants to be that person who, you know, isn't dependable. But just like machines, they break down. And break them down, you gotta get them fixed. Where do you take them? To the person who knows them best. So same with our organization here. We want to provide that community to veterans, first responders, so that way they can have somebody who knows what it's like, who can, you know, understand and just listen. And yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So even if you just donate $1, your donation goes to support so much.
Molly, I hope I can connect with you on LinkedIn or other sources. I didn't get a chance to really talk to you, but I'm so glad to be in the room with everybody and doing wonderful things, and you're beautiful. I just wanted to say thank you, and let's connect for sure.
I am terrible at LinkedIn, so Facebook me instead. Or email, you know.
Facebook work.
Molly has a claim to fame. She I think she's one of the very few lieutenants that didn't get lost in land nav when she was going through it back when she came in. So I just want to throw that out. You know, most of the time,
land nav.
You'll find them at Walmart or something like that. But
such good times. Such good times.
I think she was one that did very well on that. So she wasn't the lieutenant that was you know, wandering off in the woods, and he had to send half the senior NCO or NCO force to go track her down. So good job.
No, but my cousin likes to make fun of me. He'll send me memes of like one corn stalk with a sign in front of it that says Lieutenant's Land Nav course. And I'm just like, and it was really funny is I was enlisted first and he was, enlisted Army, but we still give each other so much crap and in absolute love and respect. And it goes across branches as well. I have a friend that I worked with at CENTCOM. We were both, he was a Govy and I was a civilian contractor, and he retired Marine. And every Marine Corps birthday, there ends up being crayons on his desk in some, fashion, whether it's a crayon cake or blow up crayons, just because we got to razz each other, keep each other on our toes a little bit.
So Pete Bloom actually, as I was giving him a hard time because Pete's a Marine and he came on really early, and Pete took the time to tell me and explain to me that there's actually a company out there now that makes crayons that actually are in the different colors, but it's chocolate. And to which I responded, there's no self-respecting Marine that's going to eat chocolate crayons because they like the waxy taste, but it was, he was, there actually is a company out there now that makes crayons, looks like the real deal. And supposedly I haven't seen them or tasted them, but it's out there because we give each other such a hard time. It's really been one of those kind of neat things that's actually spawned a life of its own, because now there's a business that does it. So pretty cool.
That's so awesome. It's so much fun to just give each other different services a lot of crap. I know my Air Force friends, we always called them Chair Force, but if you need someone good at tech stuff, they are the ones to call. So we each have our own kind of specialties, and each one is necessary. So it's fun to play with them.
Yeah, it's all good.
So we've been talking about someone who has a huge heart, and he's donating his time and talents and heart during this event, and he's also agreed to produce a live stream about veterans. The first person who donates $500, and Philip Jones also said somebody but Mark Lee, I guess, will be back shortly. Mark Lee could be very mysterious sometimes. He's an amazing man and also a very mysterious man. So we will hopefully have his presence back shortly. But I was saying Philip Jones also is donating his services. So for $650, if you donate $650, the first person to do that will have a show produced, as well as have their graphics and video created about veterans. But you have to donate. So go down here, go to the link. It's coming. The ticker is coming. Donate online. Here it comes at tinyurl.com/hopeforvets, or by check, make it out to Camaraderie Rescue Mission Inc. and mail it to Greg Bicknell ... All those things over there. The links also it's not a link. It's a real address, a physical address, or a mailing address or something like that. Yes. But we appreciate Mark Lee, and hopefully he will be able to join us shortly. Right, Dorothy Odell? We love Mark Lee.
Yes, I do love Mark Lee. Mark Lee is an amazing, amazing, amazing human. He has a heart for everybody. Seriously, like he was there for our cancer 24 hours. He's been here for this 24 hours, and Mark Lee is, I don't even know how to describe Mark Lee other than an amazing all around human being. And sometimes and he will have forgotten more than I will ever know about producing anything. And he gives his time to us newbies, that need to learn something in the streaming world. And Mark is constantly giving, no matter who you are or what it is. He is always the first one to step up there and say hello. And it's not like he doesn't have anything to do, because I know of at least 4 or 5 shows that he produces himself already, if not more. I know there's got to be more. But this man is so incredible. And for him to do that is well, that is just who Mark Lee is. But I mean, and it shows a lot of his character and who he is. And yeah, I can't say enough about him for sure. And I wish he would come back so he could actually get that.
Mark Lee is also someone who can talk probably for an entire day and not ever breathe in between. He can do that also.
And all that.
Yes. Yes. We love him.
I'm not making fun of Mark, but Mark always says and all that after every sentence.
Yes. And Carl Sullivan says Mark has the coolest voice on LinkedIn.
Yes, it is so smooth. You can definitely tell he was a radio personality. Totally.
Carl was fun too. Carl in from the UK. He, I tell you, when I said I first linked in, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. It ended up being a blast. When I came in, I kind of saw he was kind of in his own little world, had his buds in. He was kind of bouncing around, bopping around. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. Yeah, he was a hoot. Carl, it was great. It was great getting to meet you.
Love that, Carl Sullivan.
Yes. He's another one that was in our streaming course. And here he is. Let's get him before he disappears.
He's teasing us.
Here comes the Mark Lee.
There he is, Mark Lee.
Hey there. Glad to be in the house. You're actually coming from a different computer and all of that, but you folks are amazing and doing amazing work.
You're amazing, Mark Lee. Let's give it up for Mark Lee.
It's all about you and the great work that Greg is doing, and I just know that we are going to continue this work even after we get to the 6 o'clock hour, because I just know that these donations are going to keep rolling in, and I know that I've already been talking it up because I actually just came back from meeting with some a Duke professor that may be bringing the show to Pod TV Network. So I actually just came from his house and all of that, but I know that this work is going to continue. It's going to be amazing. And I was even talking about what we were doing while meeting with that Duke professor and 2 of his associates. So definitely, I'm going to keep the conversation going. I know you are as well, because it's just some amazing work that needs to be done. And I was glad to be able to introduce Greg to my cousin. So that was a great little surprise that I was able to pull off and all of that. So hopefully those connections are going to happen also.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I was driving to class this morning. I had to find a place to pull over. So I was trying to talk. So yeah, that was awesome. I appreciate that. And his wife, right? Yeah, it was your cousin and his wife.
That was his wife, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
cool.
Both of whom served. Like I said, he made it to lieutenant colonel when he retired, and she was sergeant first class.
Yeah, and she really gave him a hard time too. He was talking about something, and she got done, and she was like, "And don't you forget the enlisted personnel. They're the ones that like." She's like, I mean, she was passionate about it. I was like, "You go, girl. You go. Yep. You let it happen." It was pretty awesome.
Yep, definitely.
Absolutely.
Mark Lee, love you, man. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, you know I'm a big fan of yours. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can get over there to visit you in your lovely area of Alaska. I got to hang out with you and all them lovely animals and everything.
Mikasa Sukasa. I'm pretty sure that goes for everybody in here. I got plenty of room. Come on down or up.
Where are you at exactly, Robert? What part of Alaska?
I'm about 220 miles east of Anchorage. I'm about 80 to 100 miles from the Canadian border, about 100 miles from the bay or the ocean. I'm the buffer zone of the Wrangell-St. Elias National Park, the largest national park in the country. I live at the base of the Wrangell Mountain, also the largest active volcano in the country. Yeah, I live out here and hunt for moose and get my salmon and have fish wheels and cut wood to stay warm. I have goats and chickens, and I don't have running water. I run and go get the water. So I don't have a bathroom. I have an outhouse. It's been like this for 39 years. So 90 acres here. Beautiful place. Yes. Thank you. And you guys are welcome here anytime.
I'm glad you have goats and chickens to stay warm, Robert.
If I get hungry, I know which goat. The youngest one is the best.
Is that what it is? Now we know. And I know about those outhouses because in North Carolina, in rural North Carolina, we had a few of those. I know that my grandparents had a couple in some of their property, and I think there might even be some out there. Doing events, we call them porta potties, but we know what an outhouse really is and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just get together with a couple of friends. I think there's already a work in the mix of like a bunch of my friends coming up here. So I'll definitely keep you in touch with that. Yeah, actually talk to you on Clubhouse. So we're Clubhouse friends. Maybe we'll have a room sometime, anytime you want, Mark.
Yeah, I would love that. We'll have to have a room of the conversation because I know that you're passionate about some things that I'm passionate about, like not just this work with the veterans, but also wildlife. And I think I've heard you have some conversations around some of the native cultures as well. And definitely that's something that I'm very passionate about.
Yeah, I advocate for the indigenous around here. I'm surrounded by Athabascan territory, so um, I I have a business I started called ARTT, Alaska Remote Transportation Tours. Sorry for the plug, but I do tours into McCarthy and Kennecott. It's one of the most remote tourist destinations in the world. It's beautiful. I like the indigenous tourism is kind of where I'm trying to go. I personally am not indigenous, so I don't qualify for a lot of the grants and stuff that I would. So I'm looking for kind of an indigenous partner. And I lightly say that word indigenous, you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, we can definitely conversate offline for that as well. Sorry.
Yeah, no doubt.
I love
Hey, Robert,
you.
don't apologize, man. Like I said, this whole thing is about us sharing. And if you wanna type in, what that website is or what your deal is that you're doing, don't be afraid to do that, man. That's what this is about. Like I said, you won't ever see us getting upset about that because we want you to share because we care about what the folks are doing, and I think it's just a great and amazing thing that you're doing. So there may be some folks out there, including me, that might want to take you up on that deal to come that way because I think it would be cool. So
it's life changing. It is. My guests are always. They like when I'm fundraising, they're donating to me. So that you have good clients, and when they're giving you money years after a tour, and keeping in touch and stuff. So definitely.
What was the name of that again?
ARTT, Alaska Remote Transportation Tours.
Okay, ARTT, Alaska Remote Transportation is yours.
Yep. And it's online. I can't advertise right now because I can't handle the client load. It's only me. Literally everybody wants to do it, and how it costs money before the rubber hits the road. So it's a big commitment, and I just don't have the cash yet. So in the future, it's all over my wall. Like I don't know if you can see, but all that stuff all over my wall. That's all brain maps. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out my
awesome.
Oh, here we go. I'm using SnapCam, so it's not all, but like I got a bunch of pictures and models of my.
That's cool.
Anyway.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Go out there. Don't be. We love that kind of stuff. We love when people share what they're doing, and you feel comfortable enough to do that. So don't feel sorry for it. I'm glad you're comfortable enough to throw it out there. That's what this is all about. That's camaraderie, connection, and that's.
Hey, Greg, I got a quick question because I've been wanting to know this entire time because I have definitely been involved with the veteran space and we're doing this great work for the veterans, but I've seen Molly pop in a couple of times and I am a advocate not just for the veterans but also artists and all, and I keep seeing this artwork behind her and I'm going like, what is this, Molly, and what is this artwork? So Molly, I've got to learn about this artwork behind you because it's been catching my eye every time that I've seen you pop into a space. And is it your work or the work of a friend, or what's going on with this stuff behind you?
So I dabble. I dabble. I have not painted a whole lot in the last few months, just for one reason or another. But yeah, I like to have a little fun. Like that one up there in the corner. I actually have an entire, a trove of them over here that I've painted. Have a few on the walls that either myself or my great grandmother or my grandfather painted too. So not fancy, but we like to dabble. So
it doesn't have to be fancy. My dad is an artist. He's actually a photographer and does some really cool stuff with insects and other things in terms of kind of abstract art. But then he also does some protest art because he had a art piece that he called Thoughts and Prayers. And what it was he was frustrated when people would give their thoughts and prayers whenever we are going through crisis, whatever that crisis is. We know a lot of people, including the veterans, have been going through those things, but then we would only give thoughts and prayers. So he wasn't knocking the idea of thoughts and prayers, but sometimes there needs to be action behind those thoughts and prayers, which is why he did that protest piece. So it's literally the words thoughts and prayers, and it was used in the thing that you pull for a fire alarm and all of that, and it was done as an installation art piece. Sometimes they knew it was coming, sometimes they didn't, but it was his way of saying those folks that are going through stuff, whether it's a veteran, whether somebody that's going through a disaster, like we know those people have been doing down with Ian and everything, yes, they need our thoughts, they need our prayers, they need our support, but they also sometimes need physical action and physical help as well. So don't just make thoughts and prayers without having some sort of action behind it, is kind of what the message of the art piece was.
Right
That's
on.
really awesome. What I love, Molly, is that you have taken art into your world and using your creativity, using the opposite side of your brain, and really being able to provide yourself with some kind of a relief, artistic, creative opportunity to really release anything that's there for you, I assert. Would you say that that has contributed to just being back into the elements of the outside world out of the military?
I've always loved to paint. I'm a terrible drawer, so that's why I paint, because if I mess up, I can just paint over it. But when I actually was in the hospital about, let's see, almost 5 years ago now, I had a very, very long, deep depression period, and actually tried to take my own life. And so when I was in the hospital, that's something that like I just gravitated to. It was just very, very therapeutic. And when I got out, you're still in kind of like that fog of what do I do now? Or, like you're starting over from rock bottom. You got to build yourself up. And it was one way that I could just spend time that I enjoyed, learn how to oil paint. And yeah, it's like my outlet. Usually about this time of year, I break out my paints and I paint ornaments for Christmas. So stay tuned for those, I guess.
That's awesome. Yeah, art therapy. I'm actually a certified dance therapist, and art therapy, movement therapy, play therapy are all amazing for anyone. And to be able to take time and to slow yourselves down, to slow ourselves down. I just spent a weekend at a women's retreat, and I slowed myself down, and I created a talking stick, which I don't have here with me to share with you. But just the amount of time that I spent doing that was a creative outlet for me. And I'm not a veteran, but for veterans or anyone who's going through trauma, it sure can be a great outlet. So thank you for showing us your art and for sharing with us your story. Is there anything else about it that you'd like to let us know?
I would say for those who don't feel like they can, reach out because they're that high performer, they don't want to be, looked down on, get over it. None of us are perfect. We're not supposed to do life by ourselves. That's why God created us to have community. So if you need to, go to a therapist, go to a therapist. They're qualified to give you tools to work through whatever situation you have. If you need to take medication, take medication. Sometimes all you need is just that help to balance things, so things don't suck quite as much, so you can make good decisions instead of making, those decisions that have you spiral down. So I would say, yeah. And if you see somebody and they're struggling, tell them that it's okay to go get help and say, hey, you know what? I'll go with you. Because sometimes when an individual gets to that point, they have exhausted all of their energy. And at that point, they no longer have even the energy to ask for help. Or they have, like self-sabotaged emotionally so much that they don't feel like they have the right to ask for help. And so, yeah, don't be afraid to say, hey, you know what? You're a little bit different. Like, you're struggling. Like, what's going on? Like, it's cool. I have a great therapist friend. Do you want to get in touch with them? Like, yeah, I'm a huge advocate for therapy if you need it. And yeah, plus your family and friends, they're not qualified. It's easy to vent to them, but they're not qualified. So go get professional help.
And look at the fun artwork you have.
Yeah, it is very fun artwork. And like I said, she's got a cool name because she's named Molly. And that was actually my grandmother's name, who founded that first African-American library in Raleigh. So I've always got a special place in my heart for all of those Mollies of the world because of Grandma, who is one of my mentors in a lot of ways. So she's been away from this earth since the 80s, but she is definitely a mentor and all along those lines. I don't know if you know this, Tim, but this was actually the week, and Kimberly, who is one of the founders of Pod TV, she's actually participating in it tomorrow. But here in the Raleigh-Durham area is the Run for Hope, and that is to raise awareness around mental health and mental health awareness. So that is actually something that we are somewhat participating in as well. And I think that's a national event, but I know that it is definitely taking place here on Sunday.
It's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Mark. That's awesome. Yeah. That's cool.
Thanks for sharing that, Mark. And everyone, we are here at the Unstoppable Camaraderie 24-hour fundraiser for heroes, badges, and warriors. And if you would like to donate, we would love for you to make a donation, no matter how small or medium or large or super sized or whatever size you want to call it. And the link is just passing by over here, but it's in the comments. And we appreciate all your support and have appreciated and will continue to appreciate all your support. But there are two live streamers who just made their way into the building here. So I would like to bring one of them up onto the stage here, and one of them is Mr. Russ Johns. Hello, Russ.
Hey, what's up? How's it going, everyone? And yeah, thanks, Tim, for that. And thank you for the opportunity to be here. It's really been one of these ideas that needs to expand and grow in the community. And having had experience with trauma and suicide and the things and the tragedy and mental illness, I know for a fact that it can make a difference when people reach out and ask for help. I think there's a national suicide hotline. I think it's now 988 is the number. You can actually go and reach people that are in need of assistance, in need of support, and don't isolate. Don't find an outlet. Find somebody that you can talk to, a therapist or some professional. Just don't try to do it on your own. I mean, there's a lot of people like myself that grew up with this independence, this idea that we have to just tighten up our bootstraps and get it done and knock it out. And the reality is there's times where we don't know how to do it. We don't know how to get past it. And people like Greg are taking action, building organizations and communities and relationships with other people that can actually do more to help veterans, first responders, and trauma victims, PTSD, and it can impact anybody, and it does impact anybody. So thank you for the opportunity to be here, everyone. And I really, truly appreciate the opportunity to be involved and engaged with this cause.
Well, thank you, Russ. I don't know if there's anything, and I don't know if there's anything you want to say, Greg or Dorothy, to Russ. Russ, you've helped with cancer live stream event, 24-hour live streams as well. So I appreciate all the support always. You're just an amazing friend and live streamer. You're such a pro. You've been doing this for quite a while. And always appreciate your support and friendship.
Yeah, Russ was one of the multiple Swiss Army knives in this. Sometimes we had to pick up slack. Sometimes we had to go to a whatever. But when something needed to be done, it was like, I need it. And then people would just start saying, I got this.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool to see you step in and see it with all the others as well. Just amazing. And we appreciate it.
Absolutely. And this would be the first time that I've officially met Mr. Russ Jones. So thank you so much, sir, for definitely committing your weekend with us. And I've seen him in all the comments. So it wasn't just him just participating in the live stream, but he has been pretty much commenting on every hour. So we do appreciate you with that, sir. So thank you. There's one other person I want to acknowledge that's in the green room as well, and that is Josh. Josh has been very pivotal in our meetings in the morning. And so Josh has come alongside our group, our Winter Haven 2222 group, that comes out and has these conversations. So Josh, I just want to thank you. I know he can hear us. He's not in a place where he can be on screen right now. So I just wanted to acknowledge you for being there for Kimberly and I in our group, and being behind the scenes, but being the driving force of what is making this whole event possible. So thank you, sir.
I think we have Carl here.
Definitely.
Carl, we need to
Yes,
bring Carl
we
up
do
with
have
him.
Carl Sullivan also.
It was awesome. I was on there with him today. We had so much fun. It was a blast.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, guys.
Hello, Carl.
What
Thank
a blast I had today. Thank you for inviting me to do part of the 24-hour live. It was such fun. I'm sure I'm a lot more sprightly than a lot of you are right about now, because you've done a few more hours than me, or you've been, involved some way with this stream for a bit, for over the 24-hour period is longer than my little hour. Thank you to Greg for joining me, and to Dean. I had a blast. Although I will admit, when I was bopping away at the start, the music was supposed to go out for everyone to go live. Everyone should have been hearing it. I was trying to wake everyone up at 7 o'clock in the morning there, but for some reason I had it on the wrong microphone setting on the computer, so it was just me. So at the start, you just got me popping around a little bit.
I didn't know what was going on. I just know you were kind of talking. I was touching you, were like jamming, kind of in your own little world, and it was awesome. I wish you had a video. Hopefully, that's on videotape somewhere. That'd be amazing. But yeah, you were just kind of doing your thing, and I'm like, you're talking. I'm like, is he talking to me? He's not talking to me. Who's he talking to? So
I was shy to everybody out there, the people listening. I was, just like going, hey, hope you're having a great day, lad. And I just popping away to himself. I checked it out because I put it on YouTube as well, and I checked it out there, and it just started off. I thought, I'm sure there should be music playing now. And then I thought, oh no. But everything else, we could hear you, we could hear Dean, and that was, that's the main bit. We could hear all the chatting. It was just the music at the start.
It was great. It had me. I was thoroughly enjoying life at your expense. It was pretty awesome.
A big thank you to Saint Tim and Dorothy for allowing me to do my little part of the show today. I was honoured and thrilled to be involved. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, Carl, we are honored and privileged to have you. And he's been a friend of mine since we've been in the stream course with him. And, he may be in the UK, but, he's only a Zoom call away. And I love this guy. His heart is huge. And honestly, Carl had shared something with me. He goes, I signed up, but I really don't know why I did, because I know nothing about this. And I'm like, dude, I said, seriously, everybody suffers from mental illness. And this is, and so, and by the sounds of it, you did amazing. I'm sorry. I had managed to get 3 hours sleep, and it was in your time slot. So I do apologize. I have to go back and listen to it.
No, I'm glad I could help you out, even if it was just to get some shut eye for a little bit. That's fantastic. But I had Greg there. He pulled us through the show. We had, Greg knows the thing about his own charity, so he had a good few things to say. And then Dean with his, so it filled the hour perfectly. I just sat back and listened to the music. Not really.
Hey, Carl, I'm just going to tell you that one time I signed a piece of paperwork that I really didn't know what I was doing either. And then 29 years later, they paroled me. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Watch what you sign, brother. Watch what you sign.
That's too right. Yeah.
You got to watch that and everything. But Carl, you did an amazing job. I actually popped in and watched a little bit before doing my morning hour. But no, you were rocking, you were rolling, and I was glad to be able to pop in. But yeah, you did a great job coming at us from the UK area and all of that, but you were doing good. Plus, you're part of the Beard crew, so we gotta love that atmosphere and all of that. And I still got the supplies that you sent me and all in that space. Hey, Dorothy, I don't know if you noticed this, but I would then check in just because I figured it was something we should do and everything, but we have hit that 4-figure mark and all along those lines. So, we definitely want people to know that they can continue raising and sending money, but we are at least on that 4-figure amount. So so the goal is more like 5 or 6 figures, but at least we're in that road toward that and all in that space. And Elon Musk, if you want to, call in and write that check for $1 million, I don't think Greg will argue or anything along those lines. So if you want to go ahead and drop that amount in, then Greg will probably totally enjoy it and all of that. So I'm thinking somewhere in my LinkedIn connections, somebody has got to know Elon. I don't know him personally, but somebody's got to know him. So Elon, if you want to,
Dorothy knows everyone.
I know a guy that knows a guy.
Well,
Exactly.
then why is that guy not here supporting this?
There's one I'm still
This
holding
guy,
out on.
like,
There's one I'm still holding out
seriously.
on. He's very well. I can't. I'm not going to say his name on here. I'm not going to plug, but yeah, he's a pretty amazing dude.
And Tom Brady,
Yes.
if you're watching, buddy, not only do I need you on my Monday night show,
He's the
we would love for you to donate to this veteran cause. Love.
He's got nothing
All
better
that.
to do right now. He's going through. They just announced all the things he's going through with Gazelle, so he's got nothing better to do. Apparently, the player from the Golden State Warriors, who's going through some things with his with his teammate Draymond Green. Y'all ain't got nothing better to do. Y'all are in the news. Go ahead and make a donation to Greg in this amazing cause. Y'all have already figured y'all in the news, so now y'all go ahead and make a donation.
Yeah, the address is still the same. It'll still get to the same place. Just go ahead. It's right there.
Exactly.
1533 Quartergrass Way, Lakeland, Florida 33813. Go ahead and send it.
I think all you need to do is all we need to do is show Rob's image there. He's looking very swanky and very suave with that monocle and top hat on it.
Oh, you like that?
And the top,
Yes.
that's looking brilliant. Yeah.
Just for you. I knew you were coming on. I never get you on screen. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Russ, I've got to teach you though. Russ, I've got to teach you though, because Russ, you're a pirate. You're supposed to be able to get us all the money that we need as a pirate. So I need you to get those pirates on the duty.
Go
and
after
get us
the
money
bounty,
that we
huh?
need.
Yes,
Exactly.
Go after the bounty. Yeah.
So we do have one more person in the green room to acknowledge, and then we're going to wrap this up, guys, because I'm done. And my family is waiting for me. I promised that I would go out for dinner with them because I obviously can't be around an open flame right now to cook. I am so tired. So we have Liberty in the green room. Can we bring her up?
We can't because there's too many people on the screen.
Oh,
I'll bow out so you can get up then. So I'll see you all later.
Okay, thank you, Carl.
Bye,
Carl.
Hey,
Take care.
here's Liberty. Hi, Liberty.
Liberty, thank you so much for being part of this 24 hours. I have no idea who this lady is. I met her on Robert's show, Robert's Hour, and I've never met her, so I apologize. I don't know too much about her, but I do know. I thank you. You were on Robert's show twice, I believe. So thank you so much for all you're doing for showing up. Showing up is half the battle, and we appreciate you. So thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me, and always glad to do it.
Hey, from what I'm hearing, from what I heard through the grapevine, Molly, you may want to speak with her and get her on the team here. I heard she is a wizard at doing some really cool stuff, fundraising and doing all that kind of stuff. So you're always welcome to come in. It was great getting to know you. She was on there when I was talking to Robert. It was a lot of fun. So, but yeah, I keep my ears open for those moments, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, take a note.
Yeah, thank you. I know where to find the money. So.
Fantastic.
Wow, we're almost done, guys.
Yeah, look at that.
Amazing job.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. 2-minute drill.
We do have somebody else in the green room to acknowledge. There we go. Is she up? Oh, she's in. Okay, so Denise, I just want to say thank you. This is another new connection too. So, we put the plea out and she stepped up. So thank you, Denise, for doing 2 hours on this 24-hour fundraiser. We appreciate you and all that you do. And I want to connect with you next week and just see what you're up to and see how we can help that. So, Mr. Bicknell, can you lead us into the last 2 minutes and just share where people can donate and why they should donate, please?
Yeah. So, we're about connecting people. I think over this past weekend, we've shown that we come out with an open heart and an open hand to bring all the folks in that really has been a part of what we're doing. We've got some other groups that we're going to be a part of, and we're going to keep collaborating with us while we do our own programs, our retreats that deals with horses, barbecue, and water. And if you want to go to tinyurl.com/hope for vets, you can go there and donate. Again, it's going to go toward things that we do in the future. We have an event coming up on December 10th, which is an equine event, 24 hours. We have some journaling stuff coming up, and then things that are planned in the future. Again, we're doing it as we get the donations in. We're getting things set up, and we appreciate everybody's help all across, the ones that have donated, the ones that have shown up, the ones really that were just praying for us, because I know that's happening out there. My mom and the whole crew, and I was getting notes and texts and all that kind of good stuff. So, and I want to probably take us out, on this. It's going to be the 6 o'clock hour. I'll just say, to wrap this up, I just thank God for bringing me to you guys. I thank God for bringing me to this mission. And I appreciate everything that he's put in front of me and allowed me to connect with all you amazing people. And with that, I'll close.
Thank you.
Love you, man.
Love you, brother. Awesome.
Love you
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. And for those of you that still want to donate, you're seeing the replays. We appreciate you. And please, it's never too late to donate. Never too late to donate. This is just the beginning of kicking off one hell of a campaign. And, we've gone 24 hours. I really have no more gas left in me. But this is just the beginning. So that URL will stay up forever.
And
until
Dorothy, just to let folks know, that offer is still out there. So even though we are ending this event, I'm going to keep that offer out there for Pod TV that'll at least be for the next week or so. So anybody that makes that $500 donation between now and say a week from now, then that offer is still out there, still in play, and all along those lines. And last but not least, to my fellow live streamers, anybody, because I've already re-aired some of my segments, but if y'all send me the YouTube link so that I can convert that to an MP4 or the MP4, I will definitely re-air our various segments in various times there on Pod TV. So we can also get it out on Roku in that way as well. So if anybody sends me their YouTube links and things of that nature, I will gladly keep the word out there and keep the message going.
Yeah, and thanks, Mark. I think we do. We may have a taker on that, just so you know. He's
Okay.
discussing it with the executive branch, which happens to be his wife. And if it all happens, he is very excited. Something he's been wanting to do, but he's before I put it out there. But so we may have a taker. So
Cool.
we appreciate you donating it out there. He was very impressed.
No problem.
Perfect.
Carl,
And so
I'm amazed by you, man.
I just want to end by saying thank you for everybody who's donated. Thank you to everybody in the comments. Thank you. We're ending the 24 hours at $1,030, but that's just the beginning. I truly feel that this is just the beginning. Look at the amount of relationships and camaraderie that we have created these last 24 hours.
Yes.
The connections, and we are going to sustain our way through that. Right?
There you go.
All right. So one last time, tinyurl.com/hope for vets. Donate today. Have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to all of my Canadians out there. Love you all, and bye for now.
All right. Awesome.
We are the people, defying the odds, cause it ain't even. Fighting for freedom, given by God, he say we equal. Fly like an eagle, this for the heroes, up in the helos, and down in the valley. Fighting the battles, fearing no evil. This is for infantry, out with a squad. Troopers and towers for hours they watch. Striving in combos, the stumbles for bombs. All they protect are their fathers and mothers.